Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is actually my first video ever shot in this channel, and it is for January for the lunar eclipse in Cancer, for the 12 Pluto and Saturn conjunction in Capricorn, and just for the general January month for the collective. So this may or may not resonate with you directly. If it resonates, it might be just certain parts, it might be the whole reading, it might be the themes. I'm going to be doing two different spreads. One is going to be the general outlook and the channeling for that, the soul blueprint reading for that. And the second spread is going to be on the romantic side of things. It's going to be within your love life and what you need to know in terms of that. So I'm going to be using various decks and going to be channeling and creating blueprints within that. So it's going to be basically creating maps of your human and soul experience within these readings. So let's get started. I'm going to first pull 3 cards of the theme of this month, of these intense conjunctions and the eclipse that we're experiencing. What will this be bringing into our lives? All right, so we got these 3 cards. And I have my dogs in the background, so if you hear something, if you hear noises or movement, then that is probably them. Okay, so the first card is the 8 of Cups. So we are experiencing Cancer lunar eclipse right now. This is all about the emotional body. So much of our internal experience is connected to our emotional sensitivity right now, and we are feeling like there is a major loss. There is a grieving, there is sadness, there is a deep release that's taking place. But as you can see, she is looking out into the sky, and she's looking at the stars right now, while there are all of these upright cups behind her. So that means that there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of possibilities waiting for you, but it's important for you to let go of the past. It's important for you to grieve something, to release something that is asking to be tended to. And also here she's looking at the moon, and so it does have this Cancerian feel to it, this depth of feeling. There is this invitation to feel your feelings, to allow yourself to grieve, to allow yourself to be present with everything that is arising for you, knowing that there's a new start that's on the horizon. But in order for you to fully receive it, this grieving is essential. And it is really going to show you what is truly important for you. So this is priorities based on your emotional experience. What is truly feeding you, what is truly nurturing your emotional state, and what is depleting you, what is bringing in more harm than good, what is bringing in more sadness than happiness. This is I'm also feeling this the energy of judgment here, of weighing the scales, of really figuring out what is truly serving and what is time to grieve and let go of. And also, as you can see, I love that there's dolphin medicine. So they're very compassionate, heart-centered beings and creatures, and they are connected to our ability to commune, to be in our intuition, to be in this like flowing state of embracing life. And one second, I'm going to pick up my dog because she's wanting to be held. So it's embracing this state within us that is intuitive, that is expansive, that is embracing something within that might be this mystical energy that we yet can't put our finger on, but we know that it's there. We know that there's a greater calling for us to step into our flow, to step into our ability to feel our feelings deeper, to open up to something on the horizon that is unknown. So what I'm really feeling from this is that this unknown opening that comes from us feeling our feelings, from us surrendering into our experience and trusting the flow of life, even when we don't understand it sometimes. And then the second one is the Two of Cups. And I love that this, traditionally, this card has the lovers, but here it could be lovers, it could be friends, it could be this camaraderie and connection of coming together and celebrating life, of enjoying the fruits of our labors, and really nurturing one another. This is the energy of the Cancerian mothering of the eclipse, of really taking care of one another, taking care of the world. That's what I'm really sensing here, more so than love per se. It's more of this nurturance. It's more of co-celebration, of taking care of one another's needs. And what we're seeing here are little turtles. So there's turtle medicine. So this is all about taking our time with things. Whatever seeds we're planting right now, it's going to take time for them to unfold. Don't be so quick to dismiss things, and at the same time, um, honor what's here, honor your process, honor the process of what it takes to build something, whether that is a nurturing relationship and partnership, whether it's you're planting seeds for your career, for community, whatever it is, it wants you to take your time with it and enjoy this process of maturity, of evolution, of taking it one step at a time, and knowing that the fruits of your labor will be coming together. And the last card in this, the three card theme is pay attention to signs. What are you noticing in your environment? What aspects of symbolism and maybe certain animal spirit guides and certain messages that you're seeing repeatedly in your environment? And here we're seeing this owl medicine, which is all about wisdom. It's discernment, and in the back there's a tombstone. This has like a creepy kind of uh you know cemetery feel to it, and at the same time, and she looks kind of haunted too, but at the same time she's holding a light. That means that there's something that we're shining a light upon. Perhaps it's something that we are letting go of, something that we are releasing from our lives. It could be this presence with, okay, what am I leaving and walking away from, and what am I walking towards? Where am I pointing this light? What am I here to discover deeper about my life? The paying attention to signs, this is a deeply intuitive time, and it is something where we pick stuff up from our environment subconsciously, more so than thinking about it, than rational logical thinking and coming to terms and coming to epiphanies through our brain power. This is more of reflective, receptive, really looking at things and paying attention to what catches our eye, and without overthinking about it, we are attuning to it. We're allowing ourselves to be informed by our environment, by our dreams, by these invisible forces that are at play, and we are navigating our lives through. This is the subconscious realm. This is where Pluto loves to play, and there's a Pluto and Saturn conjunction happening on the 12th of January. So this is going to stir up some unconscious fears, some unconscious belief patterns, emotions, just different unconscious energies that are going to, unconscious and subconscious, that are going to be communicating to us, most likely through our dreams or through, people in our lives, things that we notice. It might be very direct, or it might be subtle, something that you are here to look out for. But what I'm seeing with these three cards, or the combination of these three cards, is that we are being asked to take our time building whatever it is that we're building in 2012. And before we dive into the new, it's time for us to release something that is no longer serving. It's time for us to let go of the past. It's time for us to really grieve our losses, to be present with the fullness of our emotions, and to give ourselves time and space to really feel into what is it that we are here to build, what really lights us up, what nourishes our souls, and what is ready to be released. We cannot build on old soil. We need to tend to the past and clear it before anything new can be established. And that is super important to name, because the more that we like hold on and cling to what is already outdated, as you could see in this cemetery, and this the letting go of the Eight of Cups card, we're not going to be seeing what is available to us. We're not going to be making the most of the opportunities that are unfolding in front of us. We're going to be too caught up in the past. So this moon, it can be very sensitive. This could be really a time for you to allow yourself to fully grieve, to fully feel, to fully release, and then just to attune to what is actually here to serve me. What do I want to call in? What do I want to experience in my life? And I'm going to do this spread, and we're not going to go into too much of the single cards. I'm going to speak about them briefly, but we're really going to see the overall overarching theme. So I'm going to put a few stones and totems onto these cards to give us a little more of an understanding of what the messages are. And so this is actually going to go right under here. So creating a bit of a soul blueprint tarot alchemy spread here. Okay, so what I'm feeling is this middle card is going to go first, the Emperor. So this is us. A lot of this is the Saturn energy, Saturn and Capricorn energy of getting things done, of being very diligent, of over like ruling our kingdom, overseeing things, really paying attention to what is in front of us. How can we be most efficient in our approach, getting things done? And this is really an energy of building. And here we have the Queen of Wands, and this is the some of these decks are in Russian. So this is the King of Wands, and they together they're ruling. So this is the masculine and feminine stepping into rulership, into understanding how to navigate and how to take on responsibility. They're both, especially the Queen of Wands here, are action oriented, really about what needs to get done in our world to make things happen. And then here we have Two of Wands. Even though this was reversed, I personally don't believe in reverse cards, or I don't use them in my readings. I don't know if this is, I'm tuning into whether or not this is significant that it was reversed. I will tell you in just one moment, depending on the other cards. But here we have Two of Wands. This is all about opportunities, possibilities. We're looking at different ways that 2020 can unfold for us. There's different paths we can take. And a lot of this depends on how we are activating and holding together our divine masculine and feminine energies to bring about our this new year, to bring about this energy of what wants to get created in this new year. When we are operating from the space of balance and wholeness, and really standing in our power and making decisions and operating from a space of trust, and not being tyrannical, not being a tyrant in this rulership, but really being discerning and being backing up our words with our actions. That's what I'm really feeling here. It's like knowing how to operate and being a person of your word and showing up with action. This is really about showing up. And here, it's so interesting that there was the ayahuasca vine was on the Two of Wands, on the possibilities. So what I feel from this is when you are attuned to your ancestors, when you're attuned to the spiritual nature of things, when you are aware of what needs healing, what is happening within you, what you're sensing, what you're feeling, what you're attuning to in your reality, when you can navigate, again, as I said earlier, from paying attention to signs and working with these subtle energies, your opportunities are going to expand massively. There's a lot that is waiting on the horizon for you, but there is this deeper clearing that wants to take place, and it wants you to seize your power, seize what is truly in alignment for you, what really lights you up, and then being able to step into your power and make choices accordingly, and really believe in yourself. There is this inner confidence that's being asked of you to be when you're operating from a space of confidence, you get to show up in a much more powerful way, and more creation can happen around you. Again, here it's so fascinating that we have the king and queen on both sides of the emperor, and this is the king of swords. And it's interesting that the king of swords has this Cancerian energy of water, of the ocean, of the seashell on top of it, on top of him. So this is a combination of us being decisive, moving forward, really seizing this opportunity for new beginning, new creation, new deliberate intention in 2020. And yet there's this element of being attuned to our feelings, being attuned to the subtle signs, and to really allowing ourselves to be aware of the seen and unseen realms. And that's exactly what I picked up here from the ayahuasca vine, is that it represents the soul medicine, this heart medicine, this journey of our internal healing, of our internal up leveling by listening to our intuition, by tuning to the signs around us, and by feeling our emotions, that is bringing us deeper into our power. There is this opportunity for us to really create the lives that we've been wanting to create and we've been moving towards for a long time, except it will take some big decisions, maybe there's aspects of sacrifice, of letting go, of release, that will be needed of us in order to take our lives to that next level. Let's see this next card. So this is this Ace of Swords, and this card is all about that discernment of being a person of your word, of really being clear mentally. Of Ace of Swords, it represents the air element. This is about decision making. Again, it's about that precision, it's discernment, and it is this eagle vision, this ability for us to be objective, to look at everything that's happening around us and to make decisions accordingly. So this is the combination of all these cards, and then we also have the heart. This is it's asking us to be in our higher mind and connected into our hearts. And this is tiger's eye. So this is the stone of protection, but it's in the shape of the heart. So it's basically all of these combination of cards are asking us to be very discerning and moving forward, to feel our feelings, to attune to our intuition, to what is really alive for us, and at the same time to stand in our power. Yes, there's time for grieving and unfolding and releasing and unraveling, and also this is a time for you to step into your power. This is a time for you to make decisions, for you to also honor this Capricornian energy of making things happen. And this is something that takes time. This is not instant gratification. If we're looking for instant gratification in this process, we're going to be disappointed, because this is something that allows us to plant our seeds, to show up consistently over time, to create a balanced state of rulership in our life, where we are showing up as our best selves, and we are doing what needs to get done, and knowing that the fruits of our labors will pay off. But it will take some time for us to get there, because what we're building is something that is that's substantial. What we're building is something that is sustainable, that is going to serve over a period of time. Where literally here it's coming up as this, as a queendom, a kingdom, as an empire that wants to be built through us. And at the same time, it is also by bringing in this emotional. The emotional attunement and alchemy of being fully present in our hearts. This is not mind devoid of heart. This is a combination of higher mind and decision and strength and anchoring, and at the same time open heart, a feeling heart, a heart that's grieved, that has gone through the healing, and that is open to life, that is open to the new. And the next cards that we have here is self-worth, and this is in Russian it's the Magi. This is the magician. It represents mastery. So we are claiming our mastery. Here we have climbed this mountain, and we're standing at the peak, And I'm seeing some ocean in the background here as well. It means that we have all of the tools available to us to be in creation mode, to step into the full actualization of ourselves as masters of what we're here to create. This is all about the time for creation that we're stepping into. But before we can fully do that, it's important for us to honor our self-worth, to be creating from a space of self-worth, not to be creating from a space of wanting to prove or to validate or to receive some kind of an approval from the outside world. It's really knowing our power and anchoring that in, holding that strongly. That is where this emperor, this queen of wands, and this king of swords is coming in. Is that when we know our power, when we're anchored and our words, our actions are in full alignment with our truth, and we're operating from that space and from a space of an open heart and knowing our self-worth, then we are in alignment with our purpose. That is ultimately what 2020 is that we're stepping into fully actualizing our purpose. And in order to do so, there's an emotional reset that wants to happen right here. It's really about like detoxing, of clearing these old emotions, really paying attention to the signs of what is ready to be let go of. What are we clearing here? How are we making space for the new? Because 2020 it's gonna be a whole new energy that's coming in. But before we can anchor this new energy, the old wants to be tended to, wants to be grieved, and for you to be present with and released. So this also applies to our old stories of how we see ourselves, of what we feel like we deserve, of what we feel like we're able to create. We're purging that right now, and we're stepping into what is actually real. Anything that we want to create is totally possible. We are the creators of our own reality, and this is what this magician is reminding us. But it is important for us as magicians to be grounded in our self-worth. If we're not standing firmly in our self-worth, if we're not standing in our power and knowing how worthy we are, then any of that creation will not be rooted in truth. It will be rooted from a space of not feeling whole, of feeling like we need validation, feeling like there's something wrong with us, feeling inadequate, and creating for this desire to prove adequacy, which is a very different form of creation, over creating from our self-worth, from our embodiment, from our truth, from our true mastery, and sharing that with the world. So this is really asking you, what energy are you creating from? How do you come back into your wholeness and come back into your truth and create from that space? What wants to happen in order for that to happen? And what the guidance at the beginning told us is that it is this emotional release, this grieving, this feeling, really feeling the fullness of your emotions, of everything you've been holding on and carrying with you. We've been doing a lot of purging the last few months, and this is even deeper purging. Before this conjunction of Pluto and Saturn and Capricorn can happen, and there's just so much. Uranus is also going to be going direct. This is a planet of surprises, of intensity. It's completely unpredictable, and it can cause a lot of chaos. And so at the beginning, this could look like chaos, but what's actually happening is reality is rearranging itself so you can fully stand in your power, so you can really show up in the world as you're meant to. So you dismantle these old stories, dismantle these toxic relationships, ways of relating and being that no longer serve you, that are connected to this old energy, and fully claim your worth, fully claim the being you're here to be, the creations you're here to create, and what this new chapter here is asking of you. So I'm not sure if this video is going to cut out or not. It might be cutting out soon, but I'm actually going to just pull a few cards for our relationship reading for this new cycle. So I'm going to leave this here because it feels important to leave. I'm going to be using the Mystic Moon Oracle cards and just pulling a few cards of what is it that you're here to, what is this information that you're here to ground into in this in January, in all of these eclipse energies and conjunction energies that are quite heavy, but are also very important. They're very life-changing, and they're important in our quest. So trust that whatever heaviness is being moved through right now, It's there for your greatest good. It is bringing you into the depth of your being. It is revealing something to you. So really honoring everything that comes up at this time, especially between the January 10th eclipse and the 12th of the Pluto and Saturn conjunction in Capricorn. Okay, so mask is our first card. So the mask, what I'm feeling here especially is the old perceptions, the old stories, the old ways of being, thinking, embodiment, of dressing, of presenting ourselves to the world, of how we see the world, they are coming undone. So a lot of what we're experiencing is that we're seeing things as they are. We're seeing things in a different light, and it's like it could be very shocking for a lot of people. It could feel like the reality as we have known it is not that. And it's a big wake-up call. So it's asking us to remove those masks, to grieve those masks, grieve what we thought could have been, grieve what we thought um, we were or saw or had, whatever it was, something that is falling away here that is not quite as it seems. You had one idea of what it was, and now you're realizing that it's completely different. And the only way for you to really live into the truth is for you to shed these masks and burn away these masks. And the next one is conclusion. So this is again, here you have the lock and the key, and I'm seeing that there's ice here. It's laying in ice, and so it's saying that you have what you need to close one door and to open something else. There's a new beginning that is wanting to be opened. Again, as I said in the Eight of Cups, there's a letting go and a closure that wants to happen before a new beginning can unfold. And I'm actually going to put these little pieces right here, those just called to me in this moment. It was actually when I started channeling for this conclusion, for this grieving and this closing of an old door and an opening of a new key. It's almost like what I'm seeing from here is that this is the master key. It can go into many different doors, and it's up to you as you do this closure, as you clear something that's no longer working, as you release this mask, or number of masks, as you purge this old way of perceiving the world and showing up. This has really has to do with how we want to be seen in the world, or how we've seen others in the world. All of that is getting purified, and there's different doors you can walk through after that. When you release this, when you're in this a space of emptiness, when you've emptied yourself, what door will you open? What is that choice point you're going to make after this conclusion? It is up to you, because there's different paths you can take. As I said before, with this card of the Two of Wands, is that there's multiple pathways we can take. There's multiple doors we can take. There's going to be different opportunities presented to you, and it is up to you to really tune into what is your truth and how you want to move forward accordingly. And here we have soulmate. Oh my God, I love this. This is such a beautiful card. So this is about reunion. This is about meeting, maybe either reunion in this lifetime, from someone from the past coming back into your life, or a soulmate that you've been walking many different lifetimes with, that you get to meet in this life and connect with. But I'm definitely feeling like a reunion card of some sort, again, of a person coming back from the past, or from past in this lifetime, or past in previous lifetimes. And it's someone that you could have been walking many different journeys with, through your soul evolution. And here they are coming back because you have made space, because you have released this old perception, this old ways of being and thinking. It could have actually even been connected to the same person. The way that you saw them, the way that you saw the relationship, the way that things have unfolded, you've released that, and you're now able to step into the soulmate in this new energy. And my dog is is laying right next to the spread, and he's sleeping. So if you hear snoring, then that is him. Thank you for bearing with me. So this butterfly is on the soulmate card, and so this is a metamorphosis. This is an opening of wings. You've gone through the cocoon process. Maybe this is you're coming back from a process of separation, or it could be that you each individually have gotten your wings, and you are connecting in this beautiful space of fresh, clear energy. And there's something else that wants to be shared here, and that is the guide. Okay, beautiful. So here I'm feeling like there's this deep connection between these two cards, and a lot of the color blue has been coming up, and I felt called to wear blue, and it represents purity. It represents its purification. It's connected to the throat chakra. It's about communication. And so what I'm feeling here is communicating with your inner guides. And here again we have this lantern that came up both times. We are being guided. There's a number of signs that are being revealed to us, and these cards are also very similar. And this is again, this is the realm of the subconscious. It is showing you, where are you moving into? What is this pull that you're feeling, that you're being guided towards? And this happens after you do some clearing. This is Palo Santo, to purify, to clear, to transmute. And only then will you be guided onto this next phase in your journey. Again, it's like you could be releasing one relationship, and a soulmate opens up, like a new relationship opens up. It could be releasing the preconceived notions and the old ways of being and operating in the relationship, and then opening up to new ways of connecting with that same person. It's going to be different for everyone, but really tune into your inner guidance, tune into your inner alchemy of what is alive for you, and what are you picking up on. What is this? This is communication. Again, the blue is communication, so it's communicating. What are your guides communicating to you personally as you're listening to this reading, as you're picking up on this particular message through my channel? What is being communicated to you individually? What are your current sensations, emotions, thoughts? That is all part of the channeling as well. Your guidance system wants to come online. It wants to guide you through this process, and it is asking you to attune to yourself, and to really feel into, where is that inner flame coming from? Where is that lantern guiding you? Sometimes it's hard to see. We can't see the forest for the trees. We feel overwhelmed, like we don't know what step to take. And so it asks us for eagle vision. It asks us for taking a step out, and really tuning in, and then intuitively knowing how to move forward. So I'm going to pull two more cards here. This feels important to wrap up the reading. And we're going to see what are these two cards right here. Okay, so first is understanding and sadness. Wow. Okay, so here it is. To wrap it up, we're bringing it back into Eight of Cups. So this is literally understanding our emotional body, understanding our sadness, really feeling our emotions, allowing ourselves to be present with our emotional body, with our inner selves, and and understanding what are the different lessons we're learning here. What are emotions trying to tell us? What are our hearts? What guidance do our hearts have for us? There's something really deep here that wants to be explored within you. And the only way to access that understanding is not, as I said at the beginning of the reading, it's not through the conscious mind. It is through the subconscious. It is through the emotional. It is through these signs that you're picking up on, and it's through your dreams. It is through this the deep unconscious. That is where this deeper understanding will come from. And again, with the moon is that is ruled by Cancer, is in Cancer, it is a deeply felt space, and it's something that we might not be able to put into words or really conceptualize in our minds, but we feel it. It's a palpable feeling. And for you to access this energy, the more that you can feel, the deeper that self-understanding and understanding of your relationship, of your situation, of what are those next steps to take in your journey, that will come through. And this is the guidance, is that it's asking us to be guided through this subconscious realm, through the unseen realm. Something wants to emerge here, and it is saying that it has the answers for you, but it is up to you to venture out on this quest. It is up to you to really attune, to really to look at this light and find it. And one more again is the last card is the letting go. Guides really want to bring this forth. They came up here, and so this what I'm really feeling from this card as well is not only is this the guidance for you personally, but it's the spirit guides that are guiding this reading right now. They keep saying let go, the letting go, the release. Here all of these the fears, the grievances, the intense emotions from the past. And these cards are very similar in nature, with the tombstone and this like a very eerie feeling of being of releasing something. And it has to do with the past. It has to do with our subconscious fears, our emotions, our the ways that we've subconsciously felt about ourselves and the world, connected to the past. So the more that we can just feel it and clear it and allow ourselves to let go, to fully trust and open up to bring this conclusion and open up to this new gateway, these new doors that are opening up for us. It will give us the reset that we need in order to start this new life. There's something new that wants to unfold here, and it will only come from this letting go. Again, this is the Two of Cups. This is about union, but what I'm really feeling from this card especially, it is this new ways of collaborating. It is us creating relationships that fully feed us, that nurture us, not stemming from the codependency, but this is mutual interdependence. And so this is a new way of operating for the collective as well, because as a collective, we've there's been a lot of this story of being like of needing to self-sacrifice and rescue another. And then it's like the drama triangle comes to mind, and then we become the other person the perpetrator, and then we feel like the victim, and then there's just this ongoing loop of emotional draining that happens, that is locked in ourselves um, from our ancestors. It's been passed down. It's this trauma and drama triangle. It's been a way for us to survive, but now we're moving past it. We are here creating a collaborative model, a thriving model, where we don't need to self-sacrifice, where we get to feel fully met and fulfilled in our partnerships and everything that we do, from a space of overflow. And again, it's like this letting go, this clearing. It's letting go of the old stories, of the old ways of operating, of the way that we did things, of this old mask that no longer serves, and stepping into how do we actually do this in ways where everyone can feel met, everyone can feel fulfilled, and we can live our lives from a space of overflow and true connection to our source, true connection to our inner guidance. So I hope you found this helpful. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of sharing on this channel, and I'm really, really excited to bring this forth for you. So would love to hear if this resonated with you. And again, this might not resonate with everyone. This is a collective feel. This is I'm taking the pulse of the collective. But if you want a personal reading, please reach out. You're welcome to message me. I do personal sessions as well, and I look forward to bringing more and more content to you. So your feedback and your sharing is going a very long way. So thank you so much, and have a beautiful and powerful and embodied January.